Hey, what is going on, guys? Dave Sharp here, co-founder of Empower Network, and we are live finally here for the Hangout. And guys, I got to tell you something that it was a little crazy about 5 minutes ago because we had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people slamming onto the website at one time. And unfortunately, we forgot to call the server company, I guess, even with like 25 or 30 like full-time, really intelligent, like some of the smartest tech people in the world working around the clock on this thing. I guess somebody just forgot to call them and tell them that they were going to get slammed tonight. So unfortunately, we had to kind of redirect some things around and we had to move some things around. So if you're watching this and you're on the page, you're on blogbeast.com and you can actually see the Hangout, then just stay put. I mean, no need to kind of go and reinvent the wheel if it's working for you. And then hopefully the majority of you, if you're coming on just new and you're coming on to the Hangout just right now, you're on a different website because that's kind of where we had to take people to be able to make this thing work. Again, I want to point out, remind you guys that this is a private affiliate webinar and we don't want the link spammed all over the universe. So encourage your teammates to just log into the back office, and that link should be here either now or in just a few minutes, redirecting to the new Hangout page to where people are going to be able to actually access everything that you're seeing right now. But anyways, besides that, and of course, this is the essence of being an entrepreneur. This is the essence of going out there and making stuff happen, is sometimes things break. And the truth of the matter is if things are not breaking in your business, then you're probably not doing anything. And we're doing, obviously, a lot, not only behind the scenes, but also right now we're starting to really crank. And guys, if you're on this Hangout tonight, I just first and foremost want to congratulate you, tell you that you are somebody who's going to make big things happen here over the course of the next month. And I want to really kind of let you know and warn you first and foremost up front that I'm going to give you a game plan on this Hangout that is going to give you the tools and the resources and give you everything that you need to make October the most profitable month of your life. Guys, when we started back in 2011, we started again, and most of you know the story, out of a stinky hotel room in Orlando, Florida. And we had an idea and a concept, and we had no idea if it was going to work or not. It was really just kind of a marketing test. And we wanted nothing more than to help our team succeed. And everything that we were doing up until this point, we felt like our teams didn't have the best chance to be able to make money, right? To be able to build a business, to be able to create the lifestyle that they wanted. So Wood and I, Dave Wood, we got together and we put our heads together. Lawrence Tam was actually involved in some of those initial kind of concepts and meetings when we started talking about this concept that today is Empower Network. And it's a lot different today than it originally was. It's a lot different today because it's grown in because of the leadership and the people that have gotten involved with us. It's a lot different than what we originally even envisioned. I mean, when we initially started to put things in motion to create this company, we just wanted to create something that would help our team succeed. It wasn't really meant to turn into a huge company. It wasn't meant to turn into another direct sales organization. It really wasn't. It was really just something that we wanted to put in place to help our team succeed. And so 50 people ended up coming to this kind of private NDA meeting down in Orlando, Florida. And when we painted out the vision, and I was just talking about kind of what we did and really how difficult it was for people to get involved back in October of 2011. I can remember, and Tam, you can remember this too. We literally, everybody had to sign NDAs to get into the room. And then once they did get into the room and they left, the website didn't work. So what we essentially made people do was go and download an NDA from some random website, and they had to sign that NDA in fax. Yes, I did say the word fax. Or scan an email, the NDA back into us, and once they scan the NDA back into us, we would send them we would put them on the webinar, and it was kind of like a live stream like this, and we would paint the vision and the concept and what we were doing, and then they literally had to go to another random website, and they had to download the order form, and when they downloaded the order form, they literally had to fill it out with pen and paper. Yes, I did say pen and paper. Who uses that anymore? But yes, pen and paper. And then they had to fax or scan an email the order form back in, and we literally had to enter the order forms in manually into the website. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie New Jack City before, but I was on my way home with like a stack of order forms from Orlando, Florida, and I called my fiance Erin, and I said, honey, I've got like 1 million orders here, and I need to figure out a way that we're going to actually be able to input put these orders into this broken website. I need you to call some of our friends. And there was like 5 people lined up around this old white plastic table. And of course, they weren't naked, but they were diligently working and entering the information into the website. And that's essentially how we got started, right? We got started with no website, right? And the website that we did have didn't work. We got started with a programmer who lived over in Norway and worked, we found out later, out of a garage, right? It was like this farm, and I guess there was like a lot of land out in Norway, so he worked out of his garage and just was like hunched over like all night long, like I used to be when I was trying to figure out how to build my business online. And that was the person who worked on our site for the first many, many, many months. I didn't even meet the guy until like a year later when we decided to fly him over because we thought that it might be a good idea to actually meet the guy who's been working on our site for the last year. We launched with no launch, right? No launch whatsoever. We launched with no events. We launched with no affiliates. We launched with a merchant account getting system that you could collect commissions directly that was not sustainable and ended up breaking and killing our company the first 45 days. And Empower Network was literally dead. Empower Network didn't exist for 45 days. And I'll tell you what happened was people like Lawrence Tam and people like Tracy Walker and people like all of the leaders that were involved kind of rallied around and held us up when we couldn't hold ourselves up. And I'm going to tell you something, it's been an amazing journey from that small group, and I don't have the names here, I wish I did, but from that small group of people in Orlando, Florida. 3 of them are in the Millionaires Club today. Probably, maybe not a dozen, but there's well over 5 to 10 of those people, right in between 5 and 10 of those people that were in that room, okay, who have created a multiple 6-figure income inside of Empower Network. Some of them today are earning high 5-figure monthly incomes. And dozens of those people, and I'm not talking about the entire affiliate base or customer base from the first month, but I'm talking about just the 50 people from that room, right, who we delivered that initial concept and that initial idea to, are now have now earned well over $20,000 inside of our affiliate program, and some, again, like I said, are earning hundreds, thousands, some of those tens of thousands of dollars a month. Now, is that a guarantee that what is coming here over the course of the next couple of weeks and months is going to make you rich and you're going to be able to make millions without doing any work? Well, absolutely not, right? Because average people do absolutely nothing, and that's why they get average results. But guys, I believe that if you're on this hangout right now, I believe if you're on this online event, and especially if you had to do what it took to be able to get here, then my friend, you're not average, right? Like Vic says, you're not typical. And guys, I want you to think about really what opportunity that we have in front of us right now. Guys, the first month with no events, with no affiliates, with no website that worked, with the ugliest, the part of the website that did work was so ugly you were so embarrassed to even show your partner what you were involved in. I mean, I can remember Tony Rush specifically used to say, this is the ugliest website in the world, right? But I'm still making hundreds, even sometimes thousands of dollars a day. Because guys, that stuff doesn't matter, right? What matters is the right time, the right people, the right product, and the right opportunity. And right here, right now, what we've created now, after paying out $70 million in sales, generating over 155, probably 160. Guys, I don't watch the numbers every day. It's well over 160,000 paid customers, filling auditoriums of 5,000 people, and inspiring, impacting, moving, and helping people make money all over the world. We've now come to phase 2, the next evolution. Might I dare to say, the next revolution of Empower Network. And this launch is going to not only change the game, but it's going to revolutionize the way that people market and blog online. I mean, I want you to think about the impact that this product is actually going to have on the marketplace. For somebody to have the ability to be able to pick up a phone and shoot a video on their phone. And I think about this and I get excited, right? And I mean, I'm not just excited, but guys, this is something that even today has plagued my business, because I've got to shoot the video and I've got to wait for it to render and then upload it to YouTube and then hope that the soup Nazis don't come along and flag my video, because Lord knows that YouTube doesn't recognize or answer any customer support tickets. And then I've got to take that and put it onto my blog and figure out how to make it look right and tweak some of the coding, and all of that's going to be eliminated. We're talking about revolutionizing the way that people market and blog and really make money online. This is a game changer, right? We've got over a year invested with some of the smartest people from around the world working on this behind the scenes. We've got millions of dollars, not only invested into the product, but tons of money, tons of energy, tons of some of the smartest people in the marketing game invested into this launch. Guys, this right here, and I want you to think about what we created with 50 people in a stinky hotel room. And when I say stinky, I just say stinky because showers were not a priority back then, nor was eating or sleeping. The priority was just getting the dang thing on, out the door and actually working. But I want you to think about what we created from that initial launch, which wasn't a launch at all. 50 people in a room. Later, 3 people in the Millionaires Club. Tons of people earning 6-figure incomes or 6-figure total. Tons of people over $20,000, $25,000 total earned commissions. Guys, in the majority of companies that I was always involved in, if you earned $25,000 in commissions in your entire lifetime, you were a stud. Okay, we've redefined what making money inside of the home-based business industry really means. Okay, $20,000, $30,000 a month is not something that's a fantasy anymore. It's a reality. It's actually achievable if you're willing to put in the work. But today, moving forward and from this day forward, guys, the opportunity that's at stake here, right? The opportunity that's in front of you guys is bigger than anything that I've ever seen before. That's why I'm so excited. That's why I'm so pumped. On this hangout here, and I keep wanting to say webinar, but on this hangout, towards the end of the hangout, I'm going to give you a game plan. I'm going to make some of the buttons below this video right now live to where you can go to our JV affiliate resource page. You can get banners. You can get different resources. You can see the launch timeline because we're going to be rolling everything out very methodically over the course of the next couple of weeks. And everything that we do is going to be done for a reason. Every single thing that happens at each one of the events is going to be very, very methodical. And everything's very thought out to why. It's for one reason and one reason only, to make you the most money possible, okay? So what I want you to do, and you can do this throughout the webinar, okay? I want you to make sure that you've got a ticket to one of the upcoming events, period. Now, there's not that many tickets actually still available, and these rooms are going to be much smaller. They're going to be much more intimate. You're going to have the opportunity to not only be there and be first, and guys, being in this room at this time is going to be something that will be talked about for years to come. You'll literally be able to say that you were in the room when the Blog Beast back in 2013 was actually launched, just like the 50 people who were in that hotel room that we talk about all the time can say, I was there in the beginning. You have the opportunity to do the same thing. Guys, we're also going to be giving you coaching and personal mentoring and giving you, literally walking you step by step through the entire process of this launch at these events. It's going to be critical not only for your success, but also for the memories and the experience and what you're going to learn and have the ability to connect just like all of our events. Again, though, this is going to be an intimate setting. And my friends, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be special. And if you're not speaking on stage this time, make a commitment that regardless, that's it, period. You're going to be speaking on stage next time. So guys, what I want to do is we've obviously got some guests here. Some of my best friends in the world, some of my best friends in business, people who are not just business partners, but guys, actually family members. People who, guys, there's something different about what we're doing here because the people that we've locked arms with, and this is what I can tell you, and I was just talking about this today, the people that are the leadership inside of Empower Network, the most talented people that the things that Vic has created over the course of the last couple of months blow my mind. The ability that Tony Rush has to be able to really create numbers just, literally from scratch. The ability for him to be able to influence large groups of people, right? And the secret to his success, and one of the things that I love hearing him say, is, somebody's got to keep this Facebook account going every day, right? Eventually he'll teach you that secret. Lawrence Tam, my first online sponsor, right? My very first online sponsor. And guys, I'm going to tell you that when I reached out back in like 2010 to try to work with Lawrence Tam, I couldn't even get to the guy. You know what he did? He said, work with one of my teammates because I'm busy on dates with my wife. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time for this. I'm sitting in a cubicle all day long, and then at night I'm on a date with my wife 7 nights a week. I don't got time to deal with you, Dave Sharp. Here, I'm going to let one of my teammates have you. And he threw me down to a guy named Michael. Remember Michael Lawrence? So who knows what Michael's doing today, but he's not in the Millionaires Club at Empower Network, I can tell you that. Justin Varengia. Guy was drowning in a freaking, what is it? Like, it was like a waterfall or something out there with wood. I know I've actually swam in a lot of the waterfalls around his house too, so I probably swam in one of the same places that you almost died. Guy couldn't pay his rent just a year and a half ago. $400. He lived in Costa Rica. There was a massive disconnect there with him, and he decided to turn it on. He decided to get the right mentoring. He decided to show up at an event, my friends. And when he showed up at that event, I'm going to tell you something, and Justin can tell it better than I can. His marriage was struggling, his business was struggling, and he didn't know what he was going to do next. And today, the guy's one of the highest paid marketers in the entire industry. So with that being said, guys, here's I think the most important thing about these people, right? These guys, and we've got some women. I don't know if Tracy's going to pop on or not. We've invited a couple of people, and they've got some team stuff going on too. I think she's doing a hangout at 9 o'clock for her team, hoping that she can pop on. Here is the beautiful thing about our leadership, right, is that they leave the ego at the door, and everybody's intention and everybody's goal here is to help you make money, help you become more successful, and help you achieve the lifestyle that you really deserve. So with that being said, guys, I'm just going to turn it over to you here for like however long you guys want to talk. You can go for a couple of minutes. You can go for more, as long as you want. We'll start with Justin, man. Start with Justin, dude. You've been here. You started from the bottom. Now you're here, brother. You're just a guy who, I'm going to tell you, you're on fire right now, dude. And I appreciate you. And we've been kind of going back and forth talking about this launch. You've known some of the things. You saw what happened in Miami, which, by the way, guys, I'm going to tell you a little bit about. And who knows how long this hangout's going to go for? We're going to get to. I'm going to actually also at the end of this hangout, I'm going to map out everything for you so you can know exactly what to expect. Justin was actually down in Miami, so he saw kind of some of the footage. And if you want to talk about that, you can. I mean, these are our affiliates, these are our teammates. But dude, just give us your thoughts, brother. Over to you.
Right on, man. I appreciate you, Dave Sharp, for doing what it is that you do, and I appreciate all the leadership here with us, from Lawrence to Tony to Vic, and some of the leadership that couldn't be here tonight as well. I just want to say I appreciate each and every one, and I appreciate everyone for watching tonight's Hangout. I'm so excited. I'm just as pumped up as Dave Sharp and everyone else, because we were in Miami recently, just a few weeks ago, and we got to see behind the scenes what's taken place inside the Empower Network, and some of the things I've seen just blew me away. I've never been on a set of like a real movie before, and that's something, I guess it's kind of top secret, but they didn't like hold back at all. Like, this launch is serious. This is like a true launch. And Dave Sharp explained back in the sweaty hotel room, which I wasn't there, so it just goes to show. I don't think Vic was there either. We came along a little bit later, so it just goes to show you timing is important, but timing is not everything. But here's what I predict. That for the people that are a part of this launch and that treat this serious, your income is going to go through the roof. And I can say that because from event to event, I've watched our team members, Empower Network affiliates, the leaders. I've just watched everyone transform to newer and higher levels. And I'm just going to take you back to my first goal when I got started in Empower Network. And this was like about a year and maybe 8 months ago. And I had a goal of $5,000 a month. Because I knew if I can accomplish that number one, I can be free as far as the lifestyle, as far as I can think back then. And then what happened, I went to my first event in Atlanta, and it stretched my belief. I realized that $30,000 a month is possible if I was to make a decision. So I made a decision right there, and even though I wasn't on stage at the first event, even though my wife and I never collected a check, we made a decision that we were going to do whatever we had to do to get on stage by the time of the next event. And here's the deal. We did it blogging. See, a lot of people don't know that when we first joined the Empower Network, we were poor, and we didn't have any money to advertise. So the only tool that I had, and if you're a card player, the only out that I had was to blog and to make it work. And we've been able to transform our life. From 30 days after we attended our first event, we had our first $26,000 month. results, not typical. See the income disclosure. And then we've been able to elevate ourselves throughout the last year to now, producing a six-figure monthly income. And it's by no coincidence. It's because we surrounded ourselves around the right group of people that actually know what the heck they're doing. So to be a part of this launch, I just predict incomes going through the roof. I see a lot more people being helped. A part of our big reason why is helping people attain freedom that's mentally, physically, and monetarily. And you can do that here with our blogging platform. So that was the old platform. We've been able to generate a six-figure monthly income. Just imagine what's going to happen with ENV 2.0. We have mobile apps. We can do a blog with the click of a button. I mean, it just doesn't really get any easier. So I see our Alexa ranking going through the roof. I just checked before tonight's Hangout, and we're already within the number 81st website most trafficked inside the United States, number 81 in the States. Here's what I predict. I think with the launch of what's happening here in this new blogging beast, I think we're going to be within the top 10 websites of the world. This is just a hippie Jedi prediction here. I'm not the Nostradamus, but I just have a lot of faith in what we're a part of right here. I do believe that you couldn't be at a better place at a better time, and I'm just so excited to be a part of history, because I do believe we're creating history because we're helping people break free from the matrix, and it's a damn good thing. We're helping people break free financially, mentally, spiritually, so we get to fulfill our higher purpose, and I think that's a part of the reason we've been able to generate a lot of success here. This is not just a business, folks. This is our mission. This is our purpose, right? And by any means necessary, we're going to help people become free. We have the platform, and now there's just no excuse. So I'm just so pumped up. I want to pass it over to Lawrence, but I just couldn't be more excited to be here tonight, Dave.
Whoop, whoop. Awesome, Justin. Awesome. Thanks for the handoff. And I caught the ball, and I'm here because I guess I was one of the first ones who launched. That's the only reason why I made $1 million in Empower, right? Results are not typical. But that's why, you get your chance to jump in right when we launch. So I'm going to tell you an ancient Chinese secret. Are you ready for this ancient Chinese secret? You're gonna love this. Tony will love this. Well, maybe not. I don't know. He's not Asian. Well, he might get it. So if I can impart upon you what motivates people, right? Money, love, pain, pleasure, all right? So in the Asian culture, I distinctly remember, my wife included, because she's Asian too, when we grew up, what happens when you don't get good grades? Like, what happens when you get a B, when you get a C? If you get a D and you come home, do you want to come home? No, you don't. And so that fear of losing, and really, it's not getting bad grades, it's the fear of getting beat. Beat by a ruler. Like let's seriously, beat by a ruler. Now, thinking about hindsight, in that moment, that sucked. Why are my parents beating me for getting bad grades? Johnny down the street gets a C all the time. His parents pats him on the back. Because they're conditioning their kids to be normal. Do you want to be normal? I heard a podcast. I think it's probably worse than this now. The average American makes less than $50,000 a year. I think it's actually lower than that, right? I live in a pretty nice area in Houston or Sugar Land. It's like $70,000 combined, 2 working families. And if you look at our income disclosures and what we provide inside of Empower before we launched this beast, now with a mobile platform, now with a customized multi-million-dollar customized platform where customers can come in and brand their donut shop to people who just want to be affiliate marketers. I mean, one of the reasons why I wanted to pass, David off to Michael in Florida, because I was matching people up, because I didn't have any time, because there was no dang duplication. People were not making money. I was sick and tired of it. I'm like, great, you might make me a little bit of money, but I'm just so damn burnt out. Just go hang out with my buddy in Florida because I like him. My goal was to help people. But my mindset was, if I help people make money, they'll make money. Problem was, the tools wasn't there, the mindset wasn't there, and really, I just needed to beat Michael, not actually give him David Sharp, a multi-million-dollar earner, not give him a producer. That doesn't inspire people. Inspiring people gives them a direction of where they want to go, how they want to do it, and that's what Empower Network is about. Empowering you to do what you need to do, showing you what you need to do, so you can exit the cubicle life. If you are in a cubicle right now, pretend I can see you. Raise your hand. Like, raise your hand. I got to go to work tomorrow. Raise your hand. I got to go and smile at my cubicle buddy who hates his job too. And if you don't get it yet, go watch a movie, right, that has the main character in a cubicle and tell me when they go, freaking hump day is here, I love it. No one likes going to work in a cubicle. Do you understand that? Like, do you get that? Until you actually realize where you want to be, and you go, wow, the last 10 years of me going to college, me getting a job, me getting married, is this all what's life? No. You know what I mean? You can build water wells. You can be famous on the internet. We can give you the platform to be rich and famous, not just be broke and obscure. You know what I mean? We want to give you the platform. So if you're selling lotions, potions, and pills, or if you're just a guy who hates his job, let's give you something you can use right now. It's coming. Take some notes. You're going to love it. I'm going to go ahead and lateral off to my man, Tony Rush. Sure.
Guys, am I on? Can you hear me? Okay, you can hear me. I want to just talk here for a second because we're trying to bring Tracy on, and the producers behind the scenes, they wanted me to, they always usually want things to be produced well, and I just want to just say exactly what we're doing, which is we're just trying to get Tracy on. So the truth is what Lawrence here, what he's talking about is absolutely right. And I couldn't give you a better example of somebody who just, and I really just want to talk just for a few minutes about where Lawrence really was. I mean, Lawrence, guys, and I just really want to drill this home, didn't even want to quit his job. I don't remember ever really trying to talk Lawrence into quitting his job because, of course, I think maybe subliminally we might have said, really, you're doing $30,000 a month or whatever in your business and you're still working in a cubicle. The reason why Lawrence is talking about this stuff is because he actually did it and it wasn't that long ago. So I think the question that you always need to ask yourself, and this is just and I think that we need to give you guys just as much, I'd like to give you as much as I can before this launch so you can really position yourself and have the best message and be communicating as effective as possible with people. Something that people are always asking themselves is this easy and can I do it? Right? That's really what's going through your prospect's mind. The people who are watching your videos, the people who are reading your emails, the people who are going to your blog post, that is the question that they're asking themselves. Now, you've got to be kind of a little bit tactful with the way that you do that. You've got to be smart with the way that you go out there and you show them that it is easy and you show them that they can't do it. The way to not go about that is by actually saying that it's easy. The majority of the people who look kind of schemy on the internet are the ones who are out there who are like, you see the big headlines, this is so easy, new, commission software, you click it, not one time, not two times, but 3 times, you click your mouse 3 times, and $50,000 just automatically deposits into your bank account. It's unbelievable by now, right? That's the amateur way to go about showing somebody that something's easy and they can do it. The right way to go about showing somebody that it's easy and they can do it is by going out there and just kind of keeping it simple. By going out there and just doing what Lawrence is doing right now, which Lawrence has been shooting videos in that same spot since I've known him. I'm serious, he's been shooting videos in that. I don't know where that is in your house because you've been to my house, but I haven't been to yours yet. But it looks like a messy room is what it looks like to me. I don't know if it's your office or if it's like your dining room, but I don't really care because I've been watching you for like 4 years shoot videos in that same spot. And when Lawrence Tam goes to shoot a video, if you've ever watched one of his videos, it's like 16 seconds and he drops like what I say in an hour into about 10 seconds and then it's just done. It's not professional, it's not fancy, and he's sitting here flossing. I'm right now in some studio. I've got like cameras set up and stuff. in teleprompters, and that's because I'm just up here shooting some videos for the launch. But Tam and all of these guys are like in like home offices, which of course I have too. So really what you're doing is indirectly and subliminally showing somebody that, hey, I'm a regular guy. That's what people want to see. That's what people connect with. They connect with the fact that, look, I'm a regular dude. Me personally, I don't have a college education. I don't have to go out there and show and prove everybody how smart I am or how smart sometimes I think I am. I don't have to go do any of that stuff. The only thing that I've got to do is I've got to go out there and I've got to show somebody that it's easy enough they can do it, and I've got to give them a compelling enough reason to want to do it, right? And oftentimes that's why the whole, why haven't you gotten the results that you want type question that you're asking in your marketing is so effective, because you can poke and prod at those pain spots and motivate people to want to go out there and actually start building their business, because yes, they do want a bigger house. Yes, they do want to pay off the car. Yes, they do want to, like Lawrence always talks about, put their kids through college and so on and so forth. Yes, they do want to quit their job. So you're talking about the things that people are familiar with. So just keep that in mind and remember that when you're talking about those things, is that things don't have to be perfect. And that's really important to think about during this launch, is that things are going to be moving fast. And your ability to make money inside of this launch is not going to be dependent on everything looking perfect and being pretty. It's going to depend on you taking action and doing things fast. The reason why we did what we did in 2011 when we launched this company was because we didn't wait around waiting for things to be perfect. We didn't wait around waiting for the website to work. We didn't wait around. We literally had a stack full of orders, and we didn't know if the comp plan was going to be able to do what we wanted it to do. The reason why Vic made, $700, and I got to give like a huge, fat, ridiculous income disclaimer on this one because it's just way untypical, but why he made $700,000 in 28 days or something is not because he called me up and said, well, Sharp, I'm thinking about potentially, maybe, possibly getting ready to get ready, maybe in a little bit of time after I get things set up and a funnel's built and I shoot all these videos. He jumped on, he did a webinar, he gave people a compelling reason to get involved, and because of that, he was able to create some tremendous results, right? So I want you to remember that as you're moving throughout this launch, is that money follows speed. Money follows speed. I'm just telling you, at any given day, and this is just for me and my business, I'm doing a million different things all at one time, and it doesn't look like I'm doing a million different things. And the reason why that is because it doesn't need to look like I'm doing a million different things. I don't ever need to talk about it. Nobody ever needs to know, because the truth of the matter is truthfully, nobody really cares. Nobody cares how busy you are. Nobody cares how perfect your site looks. Nobody cares how fancy everything is. Hell, I can't even spell right. Nobody cares that I can't spell in my emails. The copy still sells. So for the new person on this webinar tonight, the only thing that you need to worry about throughout this launch is taking lots of ridiculous, massive, crazy, ignorant action. And when I say ignorance on fire type action, I mean that, again, ignorance on fire. You're going to make more money throughout this launch if you just take crazy, massive action than if you try to worry about if you're, sending people to the right place or doing the right thing, or you stand back hoping that you knew the secret. Again, massive action, ridiculous massive action. And guys, that is, and I can tell you back, and you guys are happy. Tony, you're welcome to comment on this too. We've got Tracy on now. Vic, you got a lot of experience in just taking ridiculous action, because when I'm around you, dude, you're doing a million things just like I am. So anyways, Tony, I'm going to pass it over to you, my brother, coming back from London, fresh off the vacay, jet setter lifestyle, my brother. Over to you. What's going on?
You know what's coming up for me listening to you and Lawrence and Justin. I keep thinking about those statements that we used to hear when people said, man, I've never been in the right place at the right time. That's my problem. I've just never, man, I wish I'd have bought that land down in Florida before Disney came to town and started buying up swampland around Orlando, Or you hear somebody say, man, I wish I'd have gotten Apple stock back in the late 70s and early 80s when it was $2 a share. And I'm kind of walking around a little bit today in a state of gratitude, because I felt like 22 months ago when I found Empower Network, I felt like I was in the right place at the right time, which if you've never really had that true feeling before, it feels like something as rare as lightning striking. And sitting here listening to you guys today, I feel like, wow, what are the odds of getting the lightning struck twice? I mean, this is, again, the right place at the right time. I came here burned out. I'd done all the stuff that's normally associated with the home business industry that nobody likes doing. We do it because we have to do it to make money, but nobody likes chasing their friends and family, and nobody likes calling leads and doing three-way calls and doing those little milk and cookie parties in people's living rooms and, drawing circles on the back. I couldn't tell you. I'd be embarrassed to say how many times I've been in a coffee shop drawing circles on the back of a damn napkin. And I was so burned out and honestly to the point of thinking, what am I going to do for a living? Because I feel so demoralized to go through the grind of what I have to do to make money from home. And I was honestly to the point of thinking I'm going to have to find something else to do. Plus the commissions were all weenie little commissions. And I'm kind of preaching to the choir a little bit here, but this is just kind of where my mind was 22 months ago when I found Empower. And you guys, David and David Wood, the vision you guys had solved the two biggest problems that I was dealing with, which was number one, weenie commissions, and number two, the hassles. And I remember how grateful I was because I'd made some stupid financial decisions and I was struggling. And after 5 weeks in this business, I was making a couple $100s a day. See disclaimer, results not typical, blah, blah, blah. But I was making, a couple $100s a day after 5 weeks. I don't know anybody who wouldn't be interested in a couple extra $100s a day. And then within 5 months, I was making $1,000 a day. We hit over $100,000 a month within our first year. And now I'm coming up on a 2-year anniversary right after the company. And I find myself, I'm more excited about the business today than I was when I got started. After almost $2 million in my bank account, I'm sitting here looking at this blog beast. I'm listening to what you've revealed to the Leadership Council in Miami a few weeks ago. I've seen a little bit of the peek behind the curtain at how this launch is going to roll out, and I'm sitting here pinching myself. I'm like, what are the odds it can happen to me twice? That I'm not only in just a super spot, but I'm in the right place at the right time. So I've been kind of walking around about that high off the ground for several weeks now because I know what my life is about to look like because of what we're about to roll out. I know what this is going to do for the internet and for the average Joe, the average person who's just trying to figure out which end is up in this game of making money from home or learning how to market more effectively on the internet. And I'll tell you what, and this is something we don't talk about a whole lot, and I don't want to get carried away because I want to hear from Tracy and Vic too, but the retail market for this product is already astounding. It's a completely, almost an untapped potential. Because when pastors start figuring out that they can really get huge search engine results by recording audios of their sermons and putting them on their blog, and when restaurateurs and nail salons and funeral homes, when iPhone repair people and computer repair people, when all these chiropractors and doctors and dentists and plastic surgeons and massage therapists, when all these people figure out how they can get a huge advantage over the competitors in the local same town that they're in by just using our little $25 a month product. Let me tell you something. Guys watching this, the amount of money that you're going to make by collecting those 100% commissions is absolutely ridiculous. You're going to be blown away by what's possible just by building a retail business with using the blog beast as the cornerstone. I mean, forget the home business market, which is huge, and we're going to address that. But if you didn't even want to market the business opportunity at all, and you simply wanted to create a fortune online in residual income, whopping $25 residual payments per customer every month, let me tell you something. The internet has never seen anything like what we're about to pull off. And I cannot wait until we actually pull the trigger and unleash this thing and people see what we've been working on for the last year and $3 million plus in development. Sharp, I'm stoked, brother. I'm so happy to be here. I was happy to be here whether we had a blog beast or not. But for the second time in my career, I know I'm in the right place at the right time, and I know that every person watching this, if anybody's ever said I'm never in the right place at the right time, they can never say that again after today. It's a fun place to be, my friend.
Yeah, it sure is, and that's I didn't even think about it like that, man. As far as and sometimes we're just going and we're going fast and we're not really, we're not really coming up for air. And I look back over the last 2 years, and I mean, we have done a lot in 2 years. We really have. We have done a lot. We're talking about 5+ events. We're talking about, milestones, $70 million in commissions paid out, over 160,000 customers, filling an auditorium of over 5,000 people. The amount of people making money is just incredible. And I can tell you, and let me just say this before I pass it over to Tracy, because I want to get you, I know you're doing something here, Trace. Let me tell you guys, let me give you guys a little bit of a perspective of something that we just found out through some testing. Is that what we found out was in our pages actually get more traffic than any other pages that I know of in the entire internet. So we actually have the ability to split test things and get more data than, again, any other company, any other website that I personally know of who's doing split testing out there. We split tested 20 different capture pages, and a lot of you saw that on the almostasecret.php. We split tested close to 20 different capture pages, and an astounding increase in people buying came through pages that were product oriented, that were selling the actual product opposed to selling the opportunity or the make money message. For me, that was almost jaw dropping. Right? Because I've been in network marketing, I've been in affiliate marketing, online marketing for years, right? And I've always, and again, this is back to me being in skincare companies and, having purple websites and me going and pitching other dudes and them being like, so what's the product, Sharp? And I'm like, well, dude, don't worry about the product, man. I mean, don't you see all this opportunity right here? And they're like, no, Sharp, what's the product, bro? And I'm like, well, I mean, do you see me looking a little bit, the skin's cleared up? And so I went on with the skincare pitch, But, I'm just glad I never had to sell fake eyelashes or anything, or extensions, hair extensions or anything like that, because that wouldn't have went over very well. But, honestly, back in the day, just because I wanted to build a business so bad, if you gave me a good quality hair extension, there's a good possibility I might have went out and tried to sell it. But what I saw, because for so many years I've been pitching a make money message, when we actually tested in each one of these capture pages, if you want to talk about data, got almost 2 million hits. 2 million hits to each one of these capture pages. An astounding amount of people, dramatically more people bought coming through a product-focused. Do you want to learn how to blog online and the secrets to blogging? You probably saw some of the capture pages. So, to the point that Tony just made, the fact that we now have a product that is absolutely unequivocally standalone. The ability to be able to blog from your phone, guys. And I just want to give you kind of a full product spectrum so you can start thinking about how you're going to be talking and pitching this to your whether it's your warm market. I mean, you might even see me walking around my damn neighborhood knocking on doors, telling people about this thing. I might take it back to the old school. I'm actually in the mood to do a hotel meeting myself, just not very interested in cold calling leads. But guys, so you can start kind of really understanding, and because you know your audience better than anybody else knows your audience, understanding how you can really tap into find customers out there, because Tony's right. My goal for you is for you to have a business that's not only here in the United States, but guys, remember, several months down the road, we're actually going to be translating all of our products into like 4 or 5 different languages. So my goal for you is to have a business that's international, that has millions and millions of customers involved in the organization. And of course, in your company, that's just a matter of how much you want to go out there and find customers. We'll teach you the customer getting strategies, and then you just got to go out there and get the customers. And of course, we'll always supply you with good stuff to help you you convert those customers. But coming out of this launch, we are going to take new marketing, new funnels. We're going to take the movie that's essentially going to sell this blogging platform. And I think that's the cool thing. And Tracy, you can touch on this if you want. I mean, guys, the way that we're going to sell this blogging platform is not the typical get in front of a camera and, got a whiteboard and we're just going to sit there and kind of sell it to you. It's a full motion picture movie that's got an ending that will actually absolutely shock you. And I mean, people are going to be absolutely hypnotized and enthralled and seduced by the movie. So not only can you sell something that people absolutely want to buy standalone from the opportunity, which is big, it's huge. Those of you who are on this call who have been in the business for a long time, that is a big deal. And it's actually a product that's not like that overpriced, bottle of vitamins that you could get at Walmart for $2, but you're out there selling and trying to convince people that it's worth $10. It's not that. It's something that hasn't been done before that people really want and need, and you get to sell it in a really cool way. So with that being said, Tracy, what do you think about the hair extensions idea that I was talking about just a second ago?
You know what, Dave? Because I know you, I do not doubt that if it had a reasonable comp plan associated with it, you and Aaron could probably rock it out in Florida with the hair extension business. There actually is a business that has like weave stuff, just so you know, if anybody didn't know that, but there is. But thank you guys so much for having me on. I do apologize for whatever the glitches were that were taking place, but my good friend Tony Rush to the rescue. I sent him a Skype and asked him, look, man, just could you shoot me the link? And he did it, Johnny on the spot. And so he got me on. I want to thank all the producers that are probably right there in front of you, Dave, as well, for helping out. But sometimes just the little basic things that marketers know, I don't know. It doesn't even take a lot of the production and things that are required to do what you're doing, to do what we're at home doing. I thought it was hilarious that we talked about Lawrence's messy room, because I'm thinking, oh, Lord, I hope they doesn't look at my living room and think I'm in a messy room. Let's clean up some stuff around here before I jump on. But I'm excited. I did have something with my team tonight that very last minute Nicole and I decided to postpone it because we understand the importance of having our teams on this hangout and really soaking in and soaking up the information in reference to the Blog Beast, the launch, the new platform, the products and services that are available, and generally how this program can help so many people. I recently did a video where I literally talked about who can Empower Network help, or who is Empower Network for? And I literally was in front of a whiteboard, and I broke it down, and so many people saw that video and said, oh my God, thank you so much for breaking it down. I'm talking about even existing Empower Network customers who were then sharing this video with people who were not Empower Network customers, saying, hey, listen, if you need some assistance with getting your insurance business going, take a look at this video. Hey, you're looking at getting your clothing store more exposure, take a look at this video. If you have a pet store, take a look at this video. And it was just amazing to me to see how many people still really could not put their fingers on how Empower Network could help them build a very, very successful small business on the internet. And when I say build a business, I don't mean build an affiliate marketing business like maybe many of us are doing, but in terms of someone already having a brick and mortar business, how leveraging our blog platform, our system, our training, our direct sales components, all of the community that we bring together along with the events, even our merchandising that go along with a full brand that we have here in Empower Network, how it can be of use to a person looking to be an affiliate here or just looking to be a customer and utilize the tools that we have. And so when we were down in Miami, as Justin touched on as well, we got a chance to literally see some action and some activity take place. I'm talking about things that, I'm under NDA, and I've got some videos and I've got some pictures that I know Justin is dying to release just the same, right? Tony and Lawrence as well, but dying to release some of this footage that we have, because we see Dave Wood and Dave Sharp literally in rare form. I mean, they are wood and sharp. Those of you that, were in Denver and you saw the outfits, the superhero outfits, you know that was David Wood with the wood on his outfit, and you know it was David Sharp with the prickly sharp spikes on his outfit. But to see these gentlemen actually take the quote-unquote launch, to a totally different level in the form of a featured film to the tune of stunts, effects, high-speed chases, like all this stuff is going on for this wonderful program and company that I'm so thrilled to be associated with. We call it Empower Network. And so, when I first started in Empower Network, my whole goal at the very beginning, and everybody's goals change over time as you progress. For me, my initial thing was I have got to find something where my team can actually be successful. I'm an affiliate marketer. I am a network marketer. And I said, I am struggling too hard. I'm working 18-hour days, 20-hour days just to make $7,000 or $8,000 a month. And, I guess it could be a good thing, but that's not such a great thing when your team is barely, covering the cost of their membership or covering their auto ship, or not even really understanding how to market what they have so that they can generate a customer base and acquire a residual income. It was unnerving to me that I could not seem to put all the pieces together to help my team actually generate an income and have something that they could stick with long enough because they had a passion for it. And that's all I wanted. And, my first week in Empower Network, I made more in that 1 week than I had the previous 3 months, not consecutively, but each month what I was making monthly, I made more than that in my first week in Empower Network. And doesn't matter what those numbers were, just know that it was, dang near a 5-figure income in 1 week. And so for me, it opened up my eyes that even though the website didn't work and that it was ugly, like Sharp talked about, and even though we didn't even have online processing, because I was one of those people that had to fill out my form and fax it in to Dave and ask them when they were going to process it because I wanted access to my products, my training. We actually did all of that, and ironically, so many thousands of people had no problem following suit with that manual enrollment process. It was literally astounding that people were willing to do that without a lot of pushback. So that allowed us to grow, I think, extremely fast. Number one, I believe that Dave, all of the people that sit in terms of your front line, many of us here and other people who are not right on this hangout, there was a certain level of belief that we had in your vision and in Dave Wood's vision. It was a certain level of peace that we felt in reference to bringing our names, our brands, and our audiences to this environment. And it was also a certain level of excitement in terms of doing something different. And I think that right out of the gate helped a lot of us build momentum beyond anything we had ever experienced before. And now that we're at another point in our businesses in terms of the company in a cycle, a launch cycle, as well as many of us participating in the launch cycle, to be able to be at a starting point again with something huge right on the brink taking place and being positioned to actually have something of even greater value than what we had before, a prettier website for those of you that are more aesthetic, a more functioning payment processing system, and an even easier to use interface and more flexible interface to blog, because that's how I got started, just like Justin. I was a blogger, and so for me to be able to blog, get the word out, drive traffic to my blog, and people could see my videos and my articles and my content and my audios, whatever I had, that's key for me. And now that I can do it from my good old trusty phone really, really soon, and be able to push a button and upload videos that I have right here on my device, is literally going to be a game changer for a lot of the veterans in the industry. But it is going to make this so much more simple for people who are just getting started as customers and or affiliates to use what we have, understand the power of it, and in an effort to really generate more income and more sales for whatever business they are already, the CEO or president of, let alone the ability to promote and power as an affiliate. So, with the launch plan coming up, I want everyone to make sure that you get your launch plan together. Make sure that you've got your teams and your colleagues and all of the people that are part of your inner circle in alignment and running with you as well as with us to make this the most powerful launch ever on the internet, because we are truly right at the beginning of something that has never, ever, ever, ever been done before. And I know I speak with Still every now and again, and we've even talked about, the movie, the Empower Network movie, right? So when the Empower Network movie comes out someday in Hollywood, there's going to be somebody playing Tony Rush, right? There's going to be somebody playing Lawrence Tam or Vic and Justin and Dave Wood and Dave. There's going to be somebody playing all of the significant figures inside of our company that helped it to grow from a little fledgling to, multiple tens of millions of dollars in its first couple of years. And I'm thrilled about the opportunity to be a part of something like this and keep the whole ball rolling. And so we canceled it, Dave. There's nothing we're doing tonight. What we're doing tonight is here. We're doing this because this is the utmost important thing that we could ever do for our business, is to not segregate from you guys and what we're doing. And once we found out this was happening, we just let it go. And so we're here unified as one team, as we've always tried to be. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, or maybe I'll just pass it on to Vic if that's the way we want to kind of roll with it. Vic, if you're ready to share some words of wisdom and some nuggets, I'll turn it to you, buddy.
Let me pass it over to you here. Let me intro you too, because I want to outro Tracy, and I want to intro you and give you guys the love that you deserve. First and foremost, I just want to add some thoughts. Vic, I know you're going to have some thoughts about this too, just because you've got a certain level of experience that you bring to the table, and it's really cool that you're involved here, because truthfully, man, everybody. At the end of the day, what's more valuable to us than anything is our reputation. I mean, if you put me in the middle of, you take everything from me, right? You take everything from me today, and you put me in the middle of nowhere in 90 days, I have absolute 1,000% confidence that I could generate $1 million of something, right? 90 days, give me 90 days, right? But what is more important to me is my reputation, right? So that's one thing. One thing that Tracy was touching on that I thought was so, I don't know, I thought it was really cool, just a really cool concept, is that for me, all of the launch opportunities that I was involved with or kind of got in at the very end, or really didn't really have a chance to be involved with too much at all throughout the whole launch process, at the beginning, especially when I was just getting started out, and this is usually how it works today too, is you've got 5 gurus who are all super friends. It's like the 5 superheroes, and they kind of get together, and everybody knows everybody, and they have months and months of advance to prepare and get ready for the launch. And it's usually those 5 people who are maybe even invited to participate in the launch, and they've got the biggest list and so on and so forth. And what we're doing here is a lot different. This is a launch that we're moving forward and participating in together. Right? It's something that whether you're brand new or you're Vic Strizhouse, you get just as much information. I mean, honestly, I didn't talk to Vic before this hangout, right? So the game plan, everything that we're talking, and I mean, we talked just the other day, but it wasn't about this. It was something totally different. Everybody is at the same point right now. Everybody's at the same place, and we're doing this together, unified as one team. And yes, we've got different teams. We've got Big Idea. We've got Dream Team. We've got Extreme Team on here. We've got Team Take Massive Action, Prosperity, Love and Light, and all of these different things that are going on out here. But guys, we're moving as one unit together. Right? And that's what I mean by when our leaders leave their egos at the door. Listen, this is not about control. You guys are welcome to do whatever you want to do, right? As long as the autonomy is absolutely there, as long as it doesn't affect everybody or the group as a whole, right? But at the end of the day, the thing that's so beautiful about what we're doing, and this goes to show with everything like what Tracy Walker was just talking about with them canceling their team, to also what the leaders are doing behind the scenes right now, which is why we're not really getting into a whole bunch of like technical training tonight. This is all about the launch, and this is all about really getting you to realize and understand the opportunity that's here, because what's really going to make you the most money is you being excited about something, right? Is you being passionate about what the heck you are that you're doing in your business, right? If I was just on this webinar or this hangout or whatever the heck it is, and I was like, well, you know, guys, we got a launch coming up. Yeehaw! Pumped up? You pumped up? Cool. Anyways, over to you, Vic. I mean, there's a huge difference, right? Huge, right? So the biggest asset that you have in your business, the biggest asset that you have in your life, is to freaking get excited about something. It is to get fired up about something. It is to get passionate about something. It is to realize that you have something that's bigger than any of us have ever had in our entire careers, if that's what you want to call it. Is this a career? I don't even know. I don't know when the difference between my personal life and having fun in my business begins. But guys, this is something bigger than any of us have ever had before, right? And you're here with us in the same place, right? So I'm going to turn it over to you, Vic. Number one income earner here, my brother, just coming in, making moves, dude. Just dropping, just beast mode on. Over to you, brother.
Hey, bro, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Awesome. Hey, man, I just gotta give you the credit, man, because as I'm listening to everybody, Tracy and Tony and Lawrence and Justin, and I just can't help but think, I don't know, man, if you actually realize, Dave, you and Dave Wood, what you guys have actually done so far. I mean, I don't know, you're out there in the trenches, you guys are creating, you guys are working nonstop, and you don't count hours, and that's what leaders do. But I don't know, man, if you actually, maybe you do, maybe you don't, but man, it's just how many lives you guys were able to change so far. It's just mind-blowing, man. I was actually talking to somebody, a big shot. He came over to my city from about 4.5 hours away. He wanted to meet with me. He is from a company that everybody's gonna know if I would say the name, but I'm not gonna drop any names here. But he's a big producer. He's been there for like 30 years. And so we were just sitting together having a conversation. He is telling me something that just blew my mind. He said, Vic, in the company that he is in, or he was in, he said tens of millions of people out there right now, right? Representatives, and he said for every 150,000 representatives of that company, there is only one person statistically that's earning over $10,000 a month. Can you imagine that, man? It takes 150,000 people for one guy to make 10,000 plus per month, and I'm like, dude, you serious? He's like, yeah, that's what's going on, and they're preaching the dream and living the nightmare. Like I think it's Toby Layla Black or somebody said that. But it just kind of put things in perspective. My background is not network marketing. My background is not MLM or anything. My background was straight direct sales marketing, and I got started. I did not understand, the whole team building thing, and I was just out there producing, selling, moving products and things like that. And I got to the point where I was, I was living okay lifestyle. I was earning decent money, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a month, but I could never really replicate my success with others. And bro, Dave, what you guys are doing here is you created a vehicle and a vision more than anything for the little guy to succeed if they want it bad enough. Folks, you guys are listening to us on this hangout tonight. I do want to share some things that's on my heart that I believe will help you guys explode this and really utilize this opportunity and take it to the level that I don't know. I think it's going to be mind blowing for you. If you actually apply some of this stuff, I'm going to share with you. Of course, I can only talk to you from my perspective, from the things that I was able to achieve and do in this industry. And first of all, you just got to realize what you have your hands on right now. We got, I don't know how many thousands of people on this hangout right now. But if you're on this hangout live, or if you're watching this recorded, just realize what you really have your hands on. It's amazing to be able to. I just thinking back, not even my personal income is awesome. Making a couple $1 million. I think I'm pushing up to $3 million so far personally with Empowered Network. Of course, I'm This is not typical because I do things that are not typical, and I'm going to share with you some of those things that I do that are not typical, folks. Okay, so if you're okay with that, may want to take some notes, because I think all of us here right now, we are at the very special time. Like Tony Rush was saying, this is this is the right opportunity. This is the right place at the right time. There is no right or place or better place that you can be a part of right now, or be, there is no other thing that would be as lucrative that you can be a part of, in my opinion, than this right here, right? So just first of all, just realize what you have on, okay, what you have, your hands on, and where you are right now, the potential, okay? Because if Vic can do what I did, we have our top income earner on our team with Big Idea Mastermind, surpassed $300,000 mark in the first 9 months that we have joined. I got started here in December. Tons and tons and tons of people are earning, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, $40,000 per month. And it's not, we're talking about income here, guys, but you got to realize it's the lives that are being changed, right? So there's a couple of things I want to share with everybody that I think will help you guys take this out to the world and capitalize on this opportunity the best way possible. Okay, number one is, I think before you can sell something, you have got to be convinced yourself, 1,000% that this is something that's going to help your prospect. This is something that's going to help your customer. This is something that, first of all, you need to be using this as well. Okay, if you're not using this, it's like, a guy selling, BMWs and driving a Chevrolet. You don't see that, right? It doesn't happen. If that's the case, he usually parks his Chevrolet somewhere 3 blocks away so nobody can see him. But it's that kind of thing. It's being, first of all, it's your personal conviction, what you do. And here is something else. Okay, this is thing number two. Dave, bro, we can hear you, man. You may want to mute yourself out if you're talking in the background. But that's fine. Thing number two, guys, is this. It's not about the product as much as it is for what the product is going to do. Okay, folks, think about it. Why do people buy cars? People don't buy cars because they want, a steering wheel and 4 wheels and a door and and a hood and things like that, right? They buy cars because they want to get from point A to point B, right? It's what the thing is going to do for them, right? You didn't buy this computer that you're watching this hangout on just to have this box on your table, whatever, right? It's what it's going to do for you, right? It's what it's going to do. It's not about the blogging system is there, but it's not the product as much as it's what the product is behind the product, what it does, right? What it's going to do for that prospective client and customer, right? What is it going to do for you, okay? So just keep that in mind. And it's just what's going to happen here, the biggest money always, if you look at the history of our industry, of this, of this community, internet marketing community, I have been around for about 8 years. 7 of them were successful. But if we just go back and we look at this industry, there's different waves that's coming and going in the industry, right? And the biggest opportunities, people make money with when there is an opportunity. I'm looking for the right words to explain it to you folks so that you get it in a very simple format. I don't want to overcomplicate things. I don't want to I don't want to bombard you with or overload you with information. I just want to keep it very, very simple for you, but so that you understand. Okay, there are very few opportunities in this industry, throughout your career, throughout your lifetime of being in this industry, to where you can have something potentially as big as the Empower Network. Okay, let me explain this. So when I got started in Empower Network, December of this last year, 9 months ago, actually 9 months and 4 days, something like that. What we did, see, when I was getting started, people were telling me, hey, the company is saturated. They already got 60 or 70,000 members. I don't know what the number was exactly, but people were, some of them were laughing. They were saying, hey, man, what are you gonna do? But see, what we did, right? What I did, and how I was able to literally explode our team. Right now, we have in 9 months, we just crossed 17,000, I think, 500 people on our team. With Big Idea Mastermind, right? We're going to be at 100,000 people probably within the next year or so, or sooner. Now, how we were able to do that, see, is we have created, I have engineered an internal wave, right, within my sphere of influence. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, folks, People want to be a part of something that's bigger than they are. People want to be a part of a movement. People always want to be a part of a team, right? We want to be a part of a team. You don't want to be out there by yourself. You feel better when you're a part of a team. So think about it. In your promotions, as you know, the launch is coming up here, as everything's kind of leading to the big launch of EMV2. What can you do? How can you talk to your prospects? How can you talk to your list, right? How can you engineer a big wave inside of your sphere of influence? And it doesn't matter if you had if you have 100 people on your list or 1,000 people on your list, or if you got 10 people on your list. Okay, what I would do is I would, again, this is my perspective, folks. Okay, and this is what I will do with my team as well, and on those people who work with us, right? Is we're gonna paint the big picture. Okay, I believe this is how you get engineer. There's a way for you to engineer an explosion in your business. It doesn't just happen. I'm nobody special, but see, I've learned a few things. And this is some of the things I'm going to share with you tonight, folks. Is you need to think, how can you engineer, right? How can you engineer an explosion in your business? And the way you do this is, number one, by being 1,000% convinced that this is something you want to do. This is this thing that's going to help your clients like nothing else. Okay, and you know what? If you don't think that blogging from your cell phone will be able to help average business, right? Just the most mundane stuff. People selling flowers, people selling whatever, insurance agents, real estate guys, people in multi-level marketing companies. Folks, there's millions upon tens of millions of people out there, and this is our market. Our market now becomes the whole world. Right, the entire the entire info space, the entire and the word escapes me right now, or what I'm looking for, but you get the point, right? Up to this point, we were all about the the opportunity, right? Opportunity to make more money, and obviously it resonated with people. What this is going to do, okay, in my opinion, and Dave, man, I so appreciate you guys, because I think this is going to triple everybody's income virtually overnight when this launch comes up. Is now we're leading with a product. Okay, so no longer this is going to be another one of those scheming opportunities that will just try to get people in to make money. Okay, nobody else can say this is they don't have a product. Folks, we're leading with a product. So believing in the product. Okay, get fired up, get pumped up about the product. Okay, what is this product going to do for them? Well, if you're presenting this to somebody who is, an insurance guy, right? They sell insurance, or they sell real estate, or they sell, cars, chiropractors, doctors. Maybe you go and present this to somebody who is, let's say you target a multi-level marketing company. We don't necessarily have to recruit them, right, and say, hey, you need to switch your deal, you need to become, join this deal. This is no longer a deal, quote unquote, right? This is something that's going to help them take their stuff to the next level. Does that make sense? And now that, and especially when this is going global, internationally, with like 5 or 6 different languages, everything is translated. Man, this is going to be incredible, folks. I just want you to, I just hope that you realize the power of this thing and what it can do for you, right? And so think about this. How can you present this, right? How can you present this and paint a big picture, the possibility? See, people don't join companies because they want to buy a product. People buy product because of the big vision of what that's going to do for them, how it's going to help them take their life to the next level, what it's going to do for them too, because people don't care about you, people don't care about me, people don't care about the blogging platform, people care about them, all right? If somebody is selling, cell phones, they care about, hey, how can I sell more of these things? Okay, people selling flowers, all they care about is how can I sell more flowers? That's what they care about, in that particular moment. Now, if we can show them, through this blogging platform, get them in, and then show them that there is a better way to do things, right? And then obviously there is more products with Empower Network. There is the inner circle. There is, the 15K formula. And what I really love about how everything is structured, it's like Apple, right? See, when you look at Apple, they have this integrated product suite, right? They have the cell phone, the iPhone, they got the iPad, the iPod, and everything complements each other. What's cool about Empower, folks, is that our products, they complement each other, right? You got a blog, great. This is your platform. You'll be able to get more exposure through your blog. Now, Inner Circle, well, guess what? You're a business owner, right? You got a blog. You're selling. Chances are you're probably marketing something. Maybe you want to get more exposure, right? Well, if you're selling anything, you need to learn how to think like an entrepreneur, don't you? Right? So that's where the inner circle comes in. Right? Now there's the 15K formula. There's the Costa Rica. This is all about entrepreneurship. This is all about building a company. This is all about taking your business to the next level regardless of what it is. And one idea can make you millions. Does that make sense? So everything kind of goes hand in hand. And I believe there's going to be people going to be joining this thing probably by the thousands daily, multiple thousands of daily. And man, I just appreciate you guys. I think that what you guys did so far was just scratching the surface. Really looking forward to this launch, man. I am pumped. We also had a team event tonight. We actually have a team webinar every single Tuesday night, and I just emailed everybody this morning. I said, guys, we're gonna cancel ours because we need to. I need you guys to be at the live hangout with Empower Network because it's that important. Dave, man, I know you guys are working around the clock, man. I just want to say thank you for everything you guys are doing. You guys are awesome. Just can't wait to see how many more lives and tens of thousands of people's lives you guys are going to touch through this opportunity, man. Thank you, bro.
Well, hey, I'm holding you to that 100,000 people in your team, man. That was the first thing that you said to me on that call when we talked before you got in, man. So 100,000 people in your team holding you to it, brother. And I think you're going to be there a lot faster than anybody thought. Good stuff, man. Good stuff. You're also doing some. Actually, everybody on this hangout is doing some bonus training for the launch. We've actually got some really, really exciting stuff that we're going to be rolling out in the launch. There's going to be some new additions. Some things are going to be moved around. We're actually going to be including with the blogging platform a whole suite of training specific to the blogging platform that's going to come custom stock with the ENV2 blogging platform. We're going to be moving some things around back there so they make more sense. Looks like our servers are back up, so that's just got the word on that, so that's good news. We kind of shifted some of the traffic over to another site, so don't everybody go run over there at one time or we might crash them again. But we will get that fixed before the launch happens. It's a good thing that it happened tonight because kind of everybody's on the team here and in the family. But all of these guys and ladies are going to be contributing some training. Vic's doing some stuff right now. I don't know if you've gotten that stuff back to us or not, but Tony's doing some stuff, Tracy's doing some stuff, Lawrence is doing some stuff, Justin's doing some stuff. Aaron Rashkin couldn't get on. Several other leaders are doing some stuff for us, all specific to what they've done over the last months and years. It shocks me to even think that we've been around for 2 years now, but our 2-year anniversary is coming up on Halloween of this year. It will literally be right at the end of the launch. So lots of opportunity. And I can tell you guys, and I really want to reiterate what Vic talked about with leading with the product. Guys, I'm telling you that it's a bigger market. It is a bigger market. Leading with a product, okay, leading with a product sell, a product option is a 10 times bigger market than leading with the opportunity. I'm just telling you right now, if you guys want to make a lot of money over the next year, go out there and lead with the product because it's a much bigger marketplace. Okay, we've tested this now with traffic coming through our funnels. I've looked and studied and been obsessed with other people's businesses to really kind of dissect what is really creating the big money, what's creating the big sales numbers. And guys, I'm telling you right now, it is selling and leading with a killer product that people want to buy and that they need and will make their lives easier and better when they use it. And now we have that, okay? The cool thing is not only do we have that, but one thing that Vic didn't talk about was we've got the video service also that integrates into the blog, okay? So now you have the ability to be able to shoot a video on your phone, right? Or whatever the hell this thing is. It's like an iPad mini or something. There's like a new iPad every 2 seconds. So this is the small one. I don't think I own one of these yet, but I'm sure I'll be running to the Apple Store anytime soon just to get it up. Did you guys see the sales numbers for the last iPhones? Was ridiculous, right? Here is and I want to give you a perspective on this that I've been kind of realizing about Apple. They came out with this new 5, S or C or Z or H or G or whatever the hell it was, and they did almost double the sales of what they had done with any other. Now, Tony, shake your head if I'm right. Over double the sales of any other iPhone before. Why is that? it's not because we needed a new phone. Because I, as a matter of fact, somebody brought me the new 5, and truthfully, I'm a pretty simple guy. I actually don't go out and spend a whole lot of money. I like to take my family on vacations. I mean, I've got this millionaire's ring that's nice to wear, but I don't particularly know that I'd go out and buy a big ridiculous ring on my own just because I was homeless for so long. I'm okay with not taking showers and wearing dirty clothes. I just am. What I can tell you is that I was looking at this new iPhone, going, why in the hell do I have this right now? Well, I have it because I want to be a part of the cool kids. That's why I have it. Because a company that is so hot and so in demand and has created such a culture and has created such a demand for something out of thin air, really, is what they did. They created a demand for a phone out of thin air. And I said, why do I have this in my hands? And it's because everybody else was doing it, right? Everybody else was doing it. That's a big thing that you can leverage in your marketing if you understand the dynamics of how human beings work. And a good example, if I could break this down into the simplest way I can explain it, is that do an experiment. Get 100 people in a field and just all of a sudden, don't tell them why they're there, but just all of a sudden when the whistle blows, have half of them who are kind of in on it, start running in one direction and see what the other 50 do. I guarantee you they'll start running in the same direction. It's the psychology of a human being. The majority of the times, if a crowd of people is running in one direction, the lone wolf is not going to run in the opposite direction. He's going to run with those people. So what Apple did was create a demand out of thin air. By changing a couple of features and functions when there was nothing wrong with everybody's previous phone. And they also created kind of a little bit what Vic was talking about, which was that momentum of building up to something and then all of a sudden launching it to the public. And people were literally running to the store to buy a new phone when, I don't know about you, Vic, but was there anything wrong with your old phone? Wasn't anything wrong with my old phone. I mean, Tony, I think you got the new phone too. Was there anything wrong with your old phone? Wasn't a dang thing wrong with it. Wasn't anything wrong with any of the old phones, but there was a herd of people that were running. So what we've got here, and again, yes, they integrated their product suite. So what you're going to see and what you're going to experience in this launch is you're going to have the opportunity to take advantage of momentum, of kind of a herd of people running into something, and there'll be people who will buy something regardless if they want it or not, just because everybody else is doing it. That's the dynamics of marketing. That's a psychology of sales. The other thing that we're moving towards, again, talking about the product suite, is you have somebody who has the ability to buy our video service, and by buying and using our video service, the opportunity to use our blogging platform, upload it directly to our video service, host it safely and securely to where they never have to worry about it disappearing, and then instantly post it to their blog without ever having to log into their computer. My friends, the market for that, and I'm going to tell you right now, is much bigger than the make money opportunity niche. It just is, because the truth is that there's a lot more people who want something that's going to make their life easier, truthfully, than people who are willing to go out there and work to create a lifestyle that's beyond their wildest dreams. You are on this webinar tonight because you are somebody who's special. You have the drive and the desire to create something bigger and better for your family. But the truth is that everybody doesn't. And that's okay, because it takes all kinds. What they do want is they want fast, they want easy, they want something that makes their life better. And guys, that's what we're bringing to them. So again, by leading with the product, not only does it do lots of things for the longevity of our company, but it also really is going to expand your business and allow you to really tap into a much bigger audience, okay? Let's get into the launch game plan. If you click over to, I believe if you're looking at your computer, the right side of your computer, you're going to see a big, ridiculous, and probably ugly button there. We want it to be as crazy and ridiculous as possible, so there was no missing and hitting it. And I want you to click that, and I want you to download the affiliate action plan. I'm going to go over it with you, okay? First and foremost, the blog, the resource page should be up, okay? On the resource page, you're going to have a video of me, and you can leverage this resource page, but I would prefer that you don't go out there and share it all over the place quite yet, because I want to create a splash. I'm going to teach you about kind of the best way to roll out our launch here over the course of the next couple of weeks. That resource page is going to be for you. If you go to that resource page, and I believe there's a link on this page to the resource page, that as well has a link inside of the action plan. You're going to have banners, okay? You're going to have Facebook timeline photos. You're going to have all kinds of different, you're going to have the launch calendar, which I'll go over with you here in a second. We're going to be posting contest details. Guys, we're going to launch and put out a contest that's going to be absolutely epic and much different than anything that we've ever done before. And that's going to be super cool. I'm excited, but we're not going to launch that tonight because we've got to leave a little something to leave you on the edge of your seat to hang on. On the resource page, we're going to have swipe copy, okay? We're going to give you copy and email copy that you can literally copy and paste, and you can change if you want to. And here's how I would recommend that you use the swipe copy that we're going to be copying, putting on this page. Is customize it a little bit to your audience. You know, if you want to copy and paste it, you're actually absolutely welcome to copy and paste it, and it will work just as well. But if you have an audience, and make sure that you put your name in there and put your signature in it, and then you're welcome to copy and paste it if you want to customize it. Use it as a template, use it as something that you want to add to, take away from it, doesn't matter. But you will have emails there that if you want to, you can literally copy and paste it right from the box on into your email box or onto your Facebook page, okay? Again, banners, there's going to be all kinds of different stuff. I'm trying to think of what else is going to be on the resource page because I'm not looking at it. But again, that page is going to continuously have stuff that is adding to it over the course of the next couple of weeks. As far as the action plan, okay, basically, here's how the launch is going to go. And let me talk a little bit about, first and foremost, why this is the action plan and kind of why this makes sense. First and foremost, if you actually go over to the resource page, or even if you can, it's fine. I'll go through the dates here with you. On the 11th, which is the very start of the Anaheim event, okay? And I want to give you a little bit of a picture and paint a little bit of a vision here for you so you can kind of see how this is going to play out. What essentially we're going to do is the very first night. And by the way, Dave Wood is on his way back here and should be back over the next week or so, okay? Dave, some of you have asked where Dave is. Dave took about a month off because he had to really get himself back into position through recently going through some personal stuff with his relationship and going through a divorce. And you know, the truth of the matter is I highly respect the guy and respect the dude for just dealing with his stuff and coming out and being honest about what he's going through, because the truth of the matter is, guys, is, you know what, we're all human beings and we all go through stuff, and the beautiful thing about Empower Network is it doesn't matter what you go through in the future. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter what challenges you run into. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. We will hold you up, we'll support you, and we will be there not to walk in front of you or behind you, but to walk beside you guys. And the cool thing is that if I need to go and I need to take a week or a month off because I need to just have some time off, and the truth of the matter is I don't know how the guy hasn't collapsed, honestly, because he's been going just nonstop for the last 2 years. But, you know, I know that I can leave my business. And here's the cool thing, and what I hope to really leave our teammates and our members with more than anything is that this is about building a business and having a life. This is not about being tied to your business. And even as co-founders, CEO, president, chief bottle washer, call us whatever you want, we have designed our business and engineered our business to be able to run even when we're not there, right? And that's what ideally and ultimately I want to pass on to you, is to let you know that you can create a lifestyle and build a business that you do not have to be a slave to, okay? So Wood's on his way back. When he comes back, show him the love. You guys are outrageous with your support. I love you for it, honestly. Just to get straight with you here, I've never been involved or seen a group of people like you guys. You don't find this in very many places. Usually people are judgmental, they're not real. If I was to tell somebody that I was a 9th grade dropout and had a drug addiction, regardless of whether I stayed clean or not, whether I had the life that I had, you know, before I got my life together, that would not be allowed to be said, right? What I'm most proud of this community and this company is that we can have an atheist come up and speak with a Christian right behind him on stage. We can have somebody who maybe lives in a Christian home that doesn't believe in certain things, and then somebody come up on stage right behind them that lives a completely and totally different lifestyle. And everybody accepts each other and empowers each other. And at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how much success we create. Doesn't matter how big this launch is. Doesn't matter how much money people are making. Doesn't matter how many countries we're into. At the end of the day, I feel good about working with you guys. So thank you for that. Anyways, back to the launch. The 11th, Wood is going to kick off, and the way that we're going to do our events is I'm going to go to 2, and Dave's going to go to 2, and then of course our leaders are going to be the keynote speakers at some of the other events. We're going to have multiple leaders at multiple events. Anaheim on October 11th, right as the event is starting, and I want you to think about how epic this is going to be. As the event is starting, video 1 is going to be playing, okay? So when you're in that room, we are going to make video 1 on the launch live on blogbeast.com, and as people are sitting in that room going crazy, thousands of people, that's going to be playing live, and we're going to really be able to kick the launch off the right way, in an epic way, and make a lot of noise. And throughout that event, that weekend, we're going to coach you guys specifically what to do through at each day, at each time, and give you guys the time to do it. So if you can get to that Anaheim event, if there are tickets left, then get your butt there. And if you can't, again, guys, I can't stress this enough, make sure that you got your ticket to one of the events. So that's going to happen. The 14th, which Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I believe that's the 14th, we're going to kick off video 2 of the launch, okay? That's going to play until the 16th. Video 3 is going to play on the 16th. And then the cart is going to open on the 18th. Now, what do I mean the cart's going to open? Isn't the cart going to be open the whole time? No, it's not. From the 11th to the 18th, we're actually shutting down the cart. So people literally can't buy. Okay, so the message that you're going to have here leading up to the 11th is that get in now. Right? You're going to get grandfathered in, and really there's kind of a sense of urgency and scarcity that you can use with your list, with the people out there that you're marketing to say, get in now before the 11th, because after the 11th, the cart is actually literally going to shut down, and the only way to get grandfathered into the launch is by getting in before the 11th. It's just a way that we don't have to wait until the 11th to start promoting. There is a reason to do events, and we're actually going to be doing some events. I'll tell you about that here in a second, but we're going to be doing some events leading up to the actual launch itself to help you get more people in who want to promote so you can earn pass-up commissions, obviously. The 18th, boom, the cart goes live, okay? The cart is going to go live. That's going to be, there's going to be events going on throughout the entire time, okay? The cart is going to go live on the 18th, and then the cart is going to shut down on the 28th-ish. We're going to do a live webcast on the 28th. We're probably going to shut the cart down that night. And it's going to be a live webcast streaming from Orlando. We're going to end the launch in Orlando. Okay, so that's going to be coming directly out of Orlando. The Orlando and the Anaheim event, if you could still get tickets to those events, I would be surprised because they're almost sold out. So if you can and you're in that area, again, I can't stress that enough, make sure that you get to one of those events. And if you can't, get to Dallas or DC. They're going to be just as good. It's just that they don't have, there's still some seats left to DC and Dallas. One way or the other, just get there. I don't care if you walk. I don't care if you hitchhike. I don't care if you take a train. Hell, I don't care if you ride a dang horse. Just get there, okay? Vic thought that was funny. Live webcast, though, ending on the 28th, okay? Back to the launch plan. So now that you've got kind of the dates and you're looking at the calendar, and again, that calendar is located on the resource page, so you're welcome to go back and look at it at any time. We've got some banners. The idea of this pre-launch phase is to create as much buzz. It's to create as much hype. And yes, I did say the word hype because you know what? The only people who don't like hype are people who don't have anybody hyping them up, right? It's the kind of angry little guys and gals who are like mad, angry in their corner saying, hype sucks because nobody's hyping me. The truth is hype sells, okay? So let's hype this thing up because when that cart opens, I'm going to tell you something, there's going to be people salivating at the mouth wanting to buy what we're offering. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. When they see that we're selling this after everything that we've put into this launch and into this product for $25, our our website might crash because there's going to be so many buyers. I promise you it will be the biggest swarm of business that you have ever seen into your team. That's it. Absolutely guarantee, stand by that there will be more people coming into this launch, more customers generated than anything in the history of launches of its kind and of its proportion in absolute history. Step 3, guys, go out there and shoot some videos, right? It's not about shooting videos and giving everybody the details that I'm giving you right now. This is exclusive. This is for you only. It's for your eyes only, so you understand the game plan. But guys, go out there and leak information. Go out there and tell people what you're most excited about. If you kind of watch and follow our lead, a lot of the leaders and stuff, and you kind of see how we're marketing, then you'll see that we're not going out there like, telling our entire story on the first day. We're going out there and we're leaking stuff. We're kind of putting a carrot out there in front of people and letting them know that something big is coming. We're getting the branding out there, okay? We want the brand awareness to be out there because we're obviously launching this brand as Blog Beast, and there's going to be some cool little, catchy little phrases and stuff that are going to be going all over the internet. And guys, that is really, there's some deep psychology that's embedded into that that you'll see throughout the launch that's going to really help your sales skyrocket. Step 4, obviously Facebook posts. We're going to give you some swipe. We're going to continue to be giving you content so you can actually go out there and not have to overthink it, because I want this launch to be simple for you. The truth of the matter is, leading up to the 11th, the only thing that you're doing is you're promoting these events, which I'll talk about here in just a second, and you're creating hype and you're getting people interested. And of course, people don't have to wait. We're going to be step 5 promoting an opt-in page, and I don't know if that's going to be live right now. If it's live, not sure if it is or not, but at the beginning of blogbeast.com or on the front of the site, there's actually going to be a pre-registration early bird list, and when somebody opts into that early bird list, again, this is marketing. So one of the ways to screw yourself is to try to get people to do a million different things. So what we want them to do is step 1. Again, this is good direct response marketing. Step 1, just get on the early bird list, right? Just get notified, put your email in there, so when it launches, you can actually be the first to know. And then once they opt into that front site to get on the early bird list, then they're actually going to realize, and it's going to be a big surprise, that they have the opportunity to be able to register for a live hangout that we're all going to get back on, right? And we'll have some leaders and stuff on, and we will literally sell people for you to get involved in your teams. When you push people to the BlogBeast site, every single lead will be affiliate tracked to you, okay? And we will actually follow up with those people and make sure that they are directed back to the live hangout that's going to have a live join link, and when they buy, you will get the sale, okay? So again, there's a lot of power in that. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to go create pages and funnels and do a bunch of stuff. All you have to do is send people through the funnel. It will all be affiliate tracked to you. And and of course you can go back, and I highly encourage you to actually go back and obviously follow up with your people and invite them back with your affiliate link. But we will also do that for you, okay? We'll invite people back to the webinar, and it will have your affiliate link. So when we invite them back, they will actually be cookied to you. So when they join, you will get the sale. Now the idea of the pre-launch hangouts, and it's going to be something very similar to this. It's just the difference is going to be that it's not going to be all of the information that I'm giving you right now. Essentially, it's going to be more of a sell. It's going to be more of a, hey, this is the opportunity. This is what's coming. It's very similar to what I did last night on the Monday Night Empower Hour call. The goal of that call last night was really to get people to understand the opportunity and to join last night so they could get on this hangout today and get the launch game plan, okay? That'll be the same idea of these hangouts. It's get in early. Get in and not only get grandfathered into ENV2, and I like to answer a couple of questions. You guys actually have asked, is there going to be an additional cost for the ENV2, the BlogBeast? No, there's not, right? So if they buy before October 11th, as well as you, if you're a blogging customer, which I would assume the majority of you are, you actually get grandfathered into the new platform, okay? You get grandfathered into the new platform, so no additional charge. You get grandfathered right in, and so will all of your new customers. And of course, affiliates, in order to participate in the launch, which there's going to be a lot of people who are going to want to be participating in this launch, just literally because it's going to be the biggest launch in internet history of anything of its kind. I promise you that there'll be more success stories, more revenue created, more commissions created, more sales, more long-term income than anything in the history of internet marketing or info marketing or affiliate marketing, and most likely probably network marketing as well, especially since in the majority of the companies that I was always with, it took like 20 years to earn 2 cents. So guys, huge opportunity, right? So here is your action steps, okay? It's very, very simple. You're going to be doing the same thing that I'm doing, okay? And again, the beautiful thing about what Dave and I do, and as well as the leaders, we're all doing the same thing, okay? We've got people who we've hired that are smart to run the company. And one of the hilarious things is when we first launched this company, and especially back in October of 2011, we had no employees, right? I can remember Emily, and some of you know Emily. She actually is from St. Petersburg, Florida, and she was, I don't know if you guys remember the first contest that we ran, but we ran a contest, and it was a contest that had a point system, and essentially, if you got a certain amount of points, then you won a little iPod, okay? And what ended up happening, because we had no data and we had no information about how many people were going to win iPods, several hundred people won iPods, and half of them were in another country. Right? So Dave and I were like, what in the hell are we going to do to get these iPods all over to all these people all over the world? So we had to ask 10 people. We had to ask 10 people to figure out how to do this stuff, because hell, I can't even hardly turn on my computer sometimes, let alone figure out how to ship iPods all over the world to hundreds of people, right? So I can remember Emily, who was one of our first employees, sitting on my kitchen table, and I've got a picture of her sitting there packing iPods into boxes, and then she walked out of my house with this big basket of iPods, carried them down to the mail post office to ship them all over the world. Now, it was crazy, and we obviously made sure that we had staff next time we did that. But the cool thing is that today we have hundreds, not hundreds, but we have at least 100, and are hiring people every single day. Literally can't hire people fast enough, who are all doing all of this stuff, right? They're all positioned in the right place, the smartest people that we can recruit. We're moving people from different places all over the country to handle this stuff, and what we are doing is exactly what you're doing, right? Because my dream was to become a Millionaires Club member in my network marketing company. That was my dream, right? That's what I wanted to do. And today, because not only we have the right opportunity, right, but the right people, right, dreams are coming true, right? I want to be in the field. I want to be in the trenches. I want to run with you. And I'm going to be doing the same thing that you're doing, getting ready for this launch. And my friends, I'm going to tell you something. It's going to be big. It's going to be huge. It's going to be bigger than anything that we've ever done before. It's going to be bigger than anything that anybody's ever done before. In the steps, sorry, I've been up for a while, and my brain is still thinking faster than I can actually talk, which is hilarious. We'll see if that happens here into the night. But guys, the steps leading up to the launch are very, very simple, okay? Again, make noise, right? Be mysterious. Attract people, right? Influence people and get them to be interested in what we're doing and trust me, they will, because there'll be stuff all over the internet, okay? Promote the next event. It's very simple. Promote the next event and get people on the next hangout, and we will sell them for you, okay? It's what we've been doing since the beginning of Empower Network. You bring them, we'll sell them, you keep the money. Okay, is that fair? That's what we said in the very beginning, the first sales video. And that first sales video was the schemiest thing ever. I almost look at that sometimes and just, I almost am like, OMG. Did we really have that thing up? I think I said 100% commissions 300 times, right? And there was get money embedded into that sales video 100 times. But again, that's being an entrepreneur, right? You go fast, you break things, and you shoot first and ask questions later, right? That's just what it's all about. You got to do what you got to do to get the job done, to get to the next phase, and that is what we've done. But my friends, now we have arrived to a place to where we have an opportunity to make our mark on this profession. We have our opportunity to go out there and create a lifestyle for our teams. And here's what I realized from watching Tracy Walker's video, because Tracy, by the way, I did watch your video the other day. I was on a plane and I was watching the video of you breaking down the opportunity. First you broke down the customer thing, and then you broke down if you don't have a business, how to get involved and actually use this as your business. And as I was watching Tracy, I realized something. And I mentioned this on the call last night. I realized that I want more than anything in the world to see you guys succeed. All of you, right? I don't, at the end of the day, making money to me is nice. I'm going to tell you something. It's nice to be able to, not because of the money, but like Vic said, because of what the money can do for you. But at the end of the day, my obsession, right? What I just sometimes lose sleep over, what I am willing to work, although most of the time I don't, what I am willing to work around the clock for when I have to, what I will lay everything on the line for, what I will absolutely, I will take every risk in the world. I will do anything that I have to do at any hour of the day. I will travel to the opposite end of the earth to help you succeed. And that, my friend, that is what will create an income and a business and a lifestyle that will be beyond your wildest dreams, my friend. It will be beyond your wildest dreams. If you can tap into that and realize that there are people out there that if you take what we have and get them involved with it by going out there and going balls to the wall and just more than anything, want them to succeed and do what you have to and what you can to help them, my friends, your life will be beyond your wildest dreams. And not only will you make more money than you know what to do with, but you will be fulfilled in a way that you never could have imagined. That is what we were doing, my friends. That is the Empower Network difference. That is the vision. And my friends, that is what separates us and makes us as badass as we are. So guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate not only you being involved with us and supporting us, but I appreciate your vision. And my vision for you is for you to have a vision for yourself. My vision for you is to go out there and start to dream again. My vision for you is to really realize that this launch is a platform. It's a stepping stone for you to go out there and create your success story, because here's what I can tell you. Once you create your first success story, once you go out there and actually make money and actually have results that you can show people, your life, my friend, will not be the same. It will not be the same. When you can go out there and say, I did XYZ, I created XYZ result, regardless of how new you are, that is when things change. When you get on stage and you speak, when you start getting the recognition, when you start earning the commissions, my friend, that is when things just start multiplying. And Justin Vrengia will tell you this, okay? Because I actually saw him do it. I actually saw it with everybody, okay? Everybody who's on this hangout, is that you come in and you grind. You grind for years, right? You grind to get to the place to where you have the opportunity. And here at Empower, you don't have to do that. That's the beautiful thing, is that you don't have to work as hard as some of the other people have worked. And I'm not the guy who's going to say, hey, I had to walk to school uphill, 10 miles uphill both ways in the snow, in bare feet, and my mother never clipped my toenails, so they were digging into my feet. I've actually never heard that one said before, but that's pretty hilarious. Sometimes, I'm the funniest guy I know. But anyways, guys, a lot of times you grind for years, right? You grind for years. And all of the sudden, something changes. Something shifts. You have a breakthrough. Something changes in an instant. And making money starts becoming easy. It starts multiplying. It starts compounding. And I can tell you that after this launch, when you go out there and you succeed and you create big numbers, your success will start to compound. It's almost like compounding interest for those of you who understand the financial markets. Compounding interest, compounding success, same thing. I'm going to tell you something. If you plug in and kick ass, excuse my language for the people on this call who don't like when I say ass, but I've got to say ass just because, if you go out there and do that. Sorry, all the production staff thought that was hilarious. If you go out there and do that, this will be your breakthrough. This will be your breakthrough. And from that, my friend, will be a foundation that you'll build, okay, in your business. Just like Vic built a foundation his first month. Just like Lawrence Tam built a foundation the first month that we launched. Tracy Walker built a foundation the first month that we launched. You heard her say it out of her own mouth. She had made more the first month with no launch, with no events, with no affiliates, with no team than she had made in the previous 3 months. She built a foundation. And Tracy, I can tell you, because I know your numbers, and I'm not going to say them for you, but I know what your numbers are, that first month was small in comparison to what you've done over the last 2 years. Why? Because she built a foundation in her income, and her success started to just compound because she really used her success story to leverage her success. My friend, we are, and this is a little bit selfish of me, looking for our next success story. We are looking for the next superstar in Empower Network. And my friend, that person is you sitting on this hangout right here tonight, and you have the opportunity to go out there and seize whatever you want in life. This is the vehicle you can do it with. So guys, plug in, right? Promote the next event. Get people to the next hangout, and let's freaking make some noise and turn our beast mode on. With that being said, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. Stay plugged in. Go like our Facebook page so you can stay plugged in. Get out there and make some noise. And let's go give these people something that they will never forget. Peace.